But to this story now, the economic freedom fighters will today commemorate Sharpeville Sharpeville Day in Sharpeville. For more on the story, let's cross live to our colleague Natasha Phiri. You're in Sharpeville. What are the EFF? What's the EFF saying today, Natasha?
So we're requesting...
Well, very rainy morning to you, Desiree, and of course our SABC viewers, that's correct. The EFF will be observing, Sharpeville Day, as they call it here at the Lomo Dam in Vereeniging. And actually, I'm actually joined by Sina Otamo, who is the spokesperson of the party, and of course they'll be telling us about the EFF's importance of this day. Thank you so much for joining us on SABC News. I mean, 62 years down the line, we're here, your party is commemorating the Sharpeville massacre here.
Yes, so the EFF is commemorating what should be rightly called Sharpeville Day, because in our understanding, the attempt by the African National Congress government to call this Human Rights Day is a distortion of history and an erasure of the efforts of the Pan-Africanists led by Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, who led people to reject the DOM passes which were instituted by the apartheid government, which sought to regulate the movement of Africans in their own land. So we are saying that this is Sharpeville Day because we respect and honor those people who marched in those days, and the government of the day wants to erase that because the ANC was not part and parcel of that liberation history. They actually publicly disassociated themselves from the 1960 defiance campaign. So the EFF is celebrating that legacy and placing it into the correct context and calling for the people of Sharpeville to be remembered.
You're also calling for political prisoners to actually be released from prison as well.
Yes, so there is a tragedy of history in our understanding that there are still APLA prisoners who are in prisons today for the political war which they waged against the apartheid system. This is all while there are racists and murderers and white supremacists who are given Nobel Peace Prizes. There are statues and streets named after those who perpetuated crimes against African people. So we're calling for the release of all political prisoners, particularly those of APLA who have been forgotten by this regime because they were not affiliated to Umkhonto weSizwe.
Mr. Tam, how many people are we expecting today, and won't the rain actually, deter your plans today?
No, absolutely not. So the history of the EFF and our dedicated activists is that they come through rain or shine. I mean, if you remember well, during the ESCOM march, our people marched kilometers in the rain. So we expect a full turnout in terms of capacity. We've mobilized the people of Mfuleni, the people of Sedibeng, to join us today in honoring their heroes. And of course, we're also calling for this site, Lomo Dam, to be turned into a heritage site, because the people of Sharpeville have told us that this is where the blood of the people of Sharpeville flowed to on that day. And of course, coincidentally, it was raining on that day as well, and it's raining today. So for us, it's a blessing from the gods that we're observing and mourning those people who risked their lives and sacrificed themselves for our liberation today.
What time is the CIC expected to speak?
The Commander-in-Chief will be speaking at 12 p.m. sharp and give a message which will separate the lies from the truth in terms of what happened at Sharpeville. So we know others are in Northwest because they don't have an appreciation of history. They don't grasp the importance of these historical sites in our society. I mean, we found Lomo Dam with uncut grass and unmaintained, which shows that this government doesn't have an appreciation of our history, yet they maintain statues of racists in front of Parliament and various other sites. So the CIC will speak truth to power, will give a historical context in terms of who led that struggle, which was the PAC and Robert Mangaliso Sobukwe, and who should be honored as one of the greatest liberation stalwarts of our history.
Mr. Tam, thank you so much for your time. For those EFF spokesperson, and Desiree, you've heard, as they said, they want this place to be declared as a heritage site. Of course, like Mr. Chamba has said, that the CIC of the EFF will then give his speech, his keynote address to these people here at 12 o'clock. And like they said, come rain or shine, they're here to actually commemorate the day 62 years ago, Desiree, where the lives of 69 people were actually shed on these very grounds. With that said, it's back to you in studio.